Jason Statham is Sylvester Stallone's muse in A Working Man, a rather soulless vehicle for blood, gore, and explosions. However, the movie knows that no one watches a Statham film for its emotional impact. Statham and director David Ayer have partnered before on The Beekeeper, another copy-and-paste action flick that sees the actor crush some skulls and save the day. Based on the novel Lavon's Trade by Chuck Dixon, A Working Man expends extra energy to remind us that though Statham is the most skilled killer you've ever seen, he's just like the rest of us. Statham might be portraying Lavon Cade, but there's no question it's Statham we're watching on screen. The actor can't help being anyone but himself, but that's why we come to see him in the first place. The 21st century boasts fewer and fewer real movie stars, and while he's no Tom Cruise, Statham might one day be remembered as an Arnold Schwarzenegger type. Like most modern franchise flicks, A Working Man knows it has to fight for our attention, making all the dialogue sparse and expository in the brief moments between bone-crushing action. To call the character one-dimensional is generous, as the villains are so cartoonishly evil that it's slightly hard to believe. Fortunately, this makes it easy to yell and cheer when they're gunned down or tortured. The action is well choreographed, there are some fun set pieces, and A Working Man has a sense of humor. Even if you don't share a taste for this particular brand of comedy, the film is self-aware enough to give us plenty of space to laugh at its over-the-top action and caricatures. At its core, A Working Man is aspirational. It's easy to imagine that you too could somehow escape the clutches of the Russian mafia and single-handedly save a young girl from the hands of a killer. The movie encourages you to sit back and get comfortable, since there isn't a second of doubt that Lavon will win the day. Unfortunately, this makes it almost impossible to build tension, as there's no situation extreme enough for me to imagine that Lavon won't emerge unscathed. However, the film wastes no time putting Lavon in many strange and unexpected situations. How or why he arrives at these different locations and meets with these people gets murky, but eventually it all ties together and gets him the girl. The girl, Ginny, is played by the young Ariana Rivas. She's one of the few memorable characters besides Lavon, his daughter, and David Harbour's Gunny, Lavon's singular friend. A Working Man understands that Statham has fully transitioned from a romantic action hero to a paternal action hero. With no love interest for Lavon and many on-the-nose reminders that he is a capital G girl dad, the film makes him approachable and uncontroversial. Though the indiscriminate violence could characterize him as an anti-hero, A Working Man isn't willing to go there. The movie knows we want to see ourselves in Lavon, so he had to be the hero, plain and simple. It doesn't take an active imagination to see where the future of A Working Man is going. A few plots are left unresolved. Lavon still has to win custody of his young daughter, paving the way for a sequel or two if the film makes a profit. Statham has proved himself an asset at the box office, and when it comes to movies like A Working Man, a critical reception has little to do with the project's performance. It's a mindless good time, and I'll be interested to see where the franchise goes.